Thank you all for joining. Welcome to our broadcast. Hey, Ben Face, thank you for tuning in. Once again, I am Yate the Barber Stylist. This is my client, Diane.
Hello,
She
hello.
have started her lock journey. We'll talk about how long she's been on the journey. With that, we have decided or had decided to vlog her journey for the first year to talk about her journey through this process, talk about my experience as a barber stylist and taking her through this process. So our conversation is organic, meaning she just got here today for her appointment, and the only thing that I ask are some things from the Locked and Loaded journal, plus some other additional questions that I may ask. But what I mean by it's organic, meaning I haven't set up to say this or say that. What you'll hear from her and myself is what we've experienced since the last retwist. So this will be her 5th retwist on her locks. She's 21 weeks and 5 days in. So like I said, we're vlogging this journey. So if you are considering locks, you're in your first year of wearing locks, join us. Share the broadcast as well. With that being said, we're going to jump right into it because as you can see, we have to get her retwist done, and we will get it done. And I am vlogging it not only with the live broadcast, but also short video clips as well as images, because we plan to repurpose this information. So stay tuned for what we have planned in reference to this lock journey. So thank you all who are tuning in. Once again, if you're catching this on the replay, thank you for taking time out of your day to replay this broadcast. Do feel free to share it with others. So Diane, you got the floor. So how has it been since our last retwist? And it's been exactly 4 weeks. And she's going to share with you her experience these last 4 weeks. If you haven't heard the first 4, catch it. All right, catch it. Very interesting and informative as well. So what has it been like?
Yeah, now I'm starting to get used to it now.
Okay.
And I'm starting to get used to what to do, what to expect. So I expect freeziness by like week 2, week 3.
Okay.
And then I get slightly irritated, and then I get past it, and then I get irritated again. So it's like a back and forth thing. Only with the frizziness. But I know it's a part of the process, and other people who are locking their hair with different textures that I know have the same problem. So that made me feel like, okay, so it's just a thing we just gotta all go through.
Right.
So yeah, and I also realized that my hair, even at this stage at week 4, where I'm like, okay, I need my retwist. Like I want my retwist. When I look at it, like let's say if I'm on camera for like a team meeting or something at work, I'm like, oh, my hair looks better than I think it does. So I don't know what it is about seeing it in the mirror. Maybe you see everything, but then when you're on like a video, like a Zoom call, it's like you see some of the frizziness, but it's like, oh,
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
So it seems to me with you sharing that you're a little more critical when you're looking at it versus when you're in an environment where you think the spotlight is really on you.
And another thing I noticed, because I thought that my hair would be a topic of conversation or concern, and it has not been at all.
Okay.
Like, not even like for instance, I'll be meeting a client, so one of the clients this week, and in my mind I'm thinking, well, my hair will be retwist, but I love how my manager, so once again, it's really a subconscious thing, because I'm thinking about, is my manager really thinking about my hair? And I realize that she's not at all, because she will have me be doing things with clients, going to events or suggesting events, simply on, hey, can you make it? Do you want to go? Or do I need you to go? It's and I'm the one that's like, hey, do I have my first retwist yet? It's like, what's the timing of that? And I've noticed it's
not a big issue, especially for her.
And even me. It's like,
it's a concern for you, but you're making a issue.
Basically,
when it's really not.
It's not.
Okay,
Exactly.
gotcha,
I'm saying
gotcha.
it is when I'm thinking about it. But when it comes down to it, I'm like, girl, it's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
Not serious, no.
So it attests to how we sometimes, I don't say oftentimes or all the time, but sometimes make or perceive our issues, concerns, or problems as bigger than what they really are.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, and especially in the industry that you're in, having HR, running an HR department, in the professional arena, our hair is a concern. It is a topic of discussion in those spaces. So I do understand how you feel. I've been in those spaces as well, having that self-doubt or lack of self-confidence to just wear my hair. Yeah. But now that I'm a barber, it's part of me exuding who I am and showcasing what I do. Even though I personally see a professional myself, even though she keep telling me I need to learn how to cut my hair, and I'm learning. I'm learning. Only if it's, I only got to open it up and just clean it up. I can do that. I can line myself up and do all of that stuff. But in terms of actually going through the process of fading, holding the mirror, looking at it, and doing all that stuff, I haven't gotten there. But anywho, I bring that up because I too go see a professional. I'm in a space where I'm allowing it to grow out because we do designs in my hair. So, but on a normal basis, I go once a week or every 2 weeks to see my barber, Lady Faded. Shout out to Lady Faded. Thank you, Hair Locks, for joining. I greatly appreciate it. Glad to see and know that you're doing well. Prayers are still being sent out to you and your sis for the incident that you all sustained. So we're keeping you lifted in prayer that you both have a speedy recovery. And thank you for sharing with us as well. I hope you're on the quick recovery to mending. Yes, so with that, Diane is experiencing and journeying through with us her perspective from having locks for the very first time. Yes. It is our very first time doing this vlog, so we just thought that it would be a great thing to do, to go through this process, thanks to her and her HR background, specialty in marketing and business and marketing, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so she's been on me not just as a client, but as a business, giving me ideas and concepts and various things that I can do to keep my audience engaged. And as a matter of fact, she's here early, and we got some other stuff that we working on too. And when I say she keeps me on point, so I've done everything except for one look. Well, I'm on it, but I haven't finished it. So we're gonna knock that out today as well. But anywho, she's experiencing frizziness. Yeah. Which is to be expected. It is part of the process. Her frizziness is just a little bit more because of the texture of her hair. It's very soft. It's not as dense. So I would consider her hair as fine. I don't get into ABCs and 1, 2, 3s of hair. I'm old school. I was taught by my mom, who is from the old school, school of thought, a train of thought, fine, medium, coarse. And the various densities. So her hair is fine, it's very soft. So she does have frizziness. If you can see it, I can see it now, but it still looks good. Her locks are forming. There is some budding along the process, but
and a lot of girls.
A lot of girls. So
yes.
She does come every 4 weeks, faithfully. Because before she leaves, she'll set her appointment again. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, she don't know I've already booked it on my calendar.
I love it. Yes.
For 4 weeks away, because I wanted to ensure that I didn't have anything else going on. and my time is set aside and dedicated to her.
I appreciate you.
So you're welcome. You're welcome. So I've already done that, so she don't get on me for it. But nonetheless, I'm grateful for her because in so many ways she helps to keep me together as well, not just as a client, but and from a business perspective. So we got the frizziness. She does have growth. Are you more comfortable with the process? Are you okay? So
Love it.
she's loving the process as well. Are you trusting the process? Not just comfortable with you. You trusting it.
Outside of the frizziness, I'm good to go. I spray my hair with my little my rosemary. And then I asked my fiance to oil my hair every couple of days because I don't even do that for myself. I know. And then I just tie my hair when it's time to sleep, and I take it off when I'm working, and life is good.
And life is good. So locks, those of you who love locks are good.
Yeah, I love the simplicity.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And you say the simplicity. I hear individuals say it's hard to maintain natural hair, or it's hard to maintain our hair. It's difficult, it's challenging. With anything, you have your pros and cons, you have your highs and lows. It's, in my opinion, it's all about having a routine and setting that time aside. And if you don't know, seek the help. If you have no interest, I'm going to say that, have no interest in doing your own hair, but you do want to learn how to do it, get some training. YouTube is out there. If you have a stylist that you know, get with them, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to support you and assist you with it. If you're one like Diane who, loves to have a stylist and wants somebody on hand to take care of it, get with someone that you trust and know that one is about healthy hair, not just the styling and all of that other stuff that comes along with it. But the key to growth and seeing your hair flourish and thrive is healthy hair care, which boils down to a clean scalp. That's the foundation. Also, what we put into our bodies. So it's not just externally what we put on our hair, but also what we take in that helps promote healthy hair growth and taking care of yourself. So in a nutshell, seek out someone that you trust that's into healthy hair, that's going to support you not only when you come to the salon to have them take care of you, but also provide you information and support outside of the salon, because that's important too. Because she's not with me every week, so I'm available to her and all of my clients for that matter when they have questions or need something answered or just want to know something. And if I don't know, there are people that I know within the industry that I can reach out to and get the information that I need, because I don't know everything, which is why I have mentors and people that I know. So,
and I want to quickly add, and I'm fortunate to be able to do this because for me, to your point, I'm one of those clients I just rather have my person, my stylist. So you're literally in my budgets. I have hair.
Oh wow!
And I make sure that my budget is set up to afford.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so
that's wow. I'm just look. I'm hearing this for the first time, and I know that she comes to me on a regular basis, and she is one that books before she leaves. This is the first time that I booked for her, because I remember her telling me that she's going to be potentially making a trip in June back to New York. So I wanted to ensure that if nothing else, I had her book before, because I know it's earlier. You said you would need it earlier in the month, because you could potentially be going shortly after that or like the middle of the month. Absolutely. So I set that up. But I bring that to your attention because I have other clients that may not book necessarily when they leave, but when they're ready, they book. And I see them consistently, which is it's probably bad on my part because I don't encourage rebooking when I should. But I'm still early, I guess, still new in it. I'm under 5 years, so I'm 5 years or less being in the industry as a actual professional. But as someone who's followed it, who grew up in it, it's been all my life. If you got my book, then you know it. A Heritage of Hair. That's a plug for my book. You know that I've been around it. So with that being said, not that I take it for granted, which I don't. I'm so into mastering my skill, enhancing my service, and focusing on getting the tools and the resources that I need to bring to my clients. Mm-hmm. Which brings me to, I went to the World Natural Hair Show this past weekend, last weekend, and I took some classes on some things that is being requested of me, and that I also want to get some more information on. Not to say that I had to go do that. I hadn't been in a couple years, so I felt it was time for me to go. But it really makes me feel good that she says this, and I'm hearing it literally for the first time. So that's a blessing. It just attests to my care and how I take care of her. That she wants to make sure that, and this is, look, wait. This is before she started a lock, so she's been coming to me over a year. And I would see her consistently every 4 weeks, 3 weeks.
Because the two-strand.
Yeah, the two-strand twist, yeah.
And it was so funny because you had to tell me to come every 3 weeks because I was trying to come every 4 weeks. Like I had locks, like because it starts on.
Yeah, and her hair is so soft, and it starts to tangling, and then she don't take it down. She'll literally come to me, and I'm like, Diane, we can't do this because it's starting to tangle really bad. Yeah. And I would get mad, upset with her. Because in detangling her hair, she had unnecessary shedding. Now, mind you, our hair sheds every day, but hers was shedding a little bit more. And that's because it was tangled and it was starting to grow together. I'll just say that. Yeah. So I had to take my time, detangle it properly as not to cause any more shedding of the hair. Yeah. Yes. So
and I had to. Well, if I detangled it, you'd be really upset. So I'm not one of those people that I hate to say it. I wish I could. I wish I was better with my hair, but I'm not.
And you can be.
Well, one day, yes, maybe, yes, someday. But that's why I was like, right. Let me add the time. Let me add on the service for to detangle. And do all that.
She started doing that after I got on to that one time.
I'm like, girl, I'm not ready because I can't.
She can't do it. And truth be told, there are individuals out there that just don't know how to do it. In some instances, they don't desire to know how to do it, which is why they set budget aside to have someone take care of it. Yeah. And I have another client that's that way. And I take care of the family. And as a matter of fact, I just had to encourage her to slow down when she's taking it out because I can see where she gets impatient and she snatched a piece out of her hair. And when I was doing her hair last week, I was like, what is going on up here? And she kind of did like this. And I was like, okay, if you're not going to have the patience, just come see me. I'll take care of you, okay? Yeah. And your daughter too. So
see, I'm that client.
Yeah, yeah. So this is not a bashing session. If you don't have the patience, find someone that will take the time to do it because we don't need any unnecessary hair loss that can be prevented. All right?
And this is
That's all I'm gonna say.
And this is one of my favorite things about you because I would say like I think you care more about my hair, almost more than me. Like I care. Oh, you're wrong. I care about my hair. Obviously, I take care of it. I clean you, but like if something is like, say you see how you said the shedding was a little too unnecessary, I'm like, girl, it's gonna go bad. Like, you really upset.
She did tell me that. She did say that, and I was like, well, this is unnecessary. And I was, y'all hear me say I get a second chance at my first love, and I take that. I'm trying not to get emotional about it. I take it serious because I'm not entering into anything else outside of the hair industry. If it's connected within the hair industry, then it's a go, maybe. And I've done a lot of things. If you read my book, you know I've done a lot of different things coming into this point. But I bring that up because it's a different feel for me. Like, I get this is the last chance. So I take it seriously. I take it personal. I take it to heart with everything that I do. From cleaning my chair when another client is coming to have service from me. I absolutely do not let, and I work in a barbershop, I will not let a client sit in my chair if there's hair on the floor around me or my chair has not been cleaned. Meaning I spray it down with Lysol, I wipe the neck of it off. If I'm spraying oil sheen or something along those lines, I clean my chair, I sweep up around me before I allow my next client to sit in my chair. I even clean my station. Yeah, we talk about time management and, being able to move to the next customer quickly, because I do work in somewhat of a fast-paced environment, a barbershop. Even though I specialize in natural hair care, I still do cut hair. However, I just treat my space as if they're coming to see me for the first time and everything is in order, because it is about cleanliness, it is about sanitation, and people watch. They see what you're doing.
Yeah.
They're watching you. Besides, it was the standards and how I was raised to take care of it. And then I come out of the interior design field, so there's a look and a presentation that I have for my clients, even though it is my little small space there. And even here in my setup here, I'm the same way, and it's just me. But that chair was clean before she sat down. Everything was wiped down. It was done. So, anywho, I just take what I do to heart. I take it seriously because it is my second chance at my first love, and I'm just grateful to have experienced what I have experienced to bring it to this phase and what I'm doing, and I'm just giving it my all. And that's it. That's it. So thank you for allowing me to share that, and thank you, Diane, for trusting me with your hair. And I'm going to continue to do the best that I can with it. So we've talked about our journey. She's 21 weeks in, 5 days.
Yes.
She started back in December. This will be her 5th retwist.
Yes.
And once again, we are vlogging the journey. And these are open, candid conversations that are unscripted. The only thing that is somewhat, I guess you can say, repetitive in terms of the questions is just the fundamentals of, is it comfortable, the process, you trust in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we talk about the frizziness, and you can see the growth. We will be posting in the stories as well. So if you aren't following us, you're catching this on YouTube, check out our stories and our the news feed on Instagram. All right. So any reflections before we wrap this conversation up? Any reflections?
Yeah, I think I'm learning a lot about myself throughout this process,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really subtle,
Mm-hmm.
and I really feel like I see small things here and there, like kind of like what I said earlier about how, like for instance, the frizziness, right?
Uh-huh.
I think part of the process, or part of that kind of gets to me, is I like to be a person that's put together, right? that seems put together, even if I'm going through things, whatever the case may be.
You don't want to look like what you're going through.
Right.
Gotcha.
And I feel like
gotcha.
this frizziness is just a reminder of like, oh, one day it's going to be formed and mature and all these things, but you have to go through all this, and everyone has to see you go through all this before you get to that. So I think that's going to be interesting to process in hindsight. And also it's definitely making me feel more comfortable being myself, because even in those days where say I am experiencing frizziness, it's like there's nothing to do about it, but maybe spray
just
here,
right,
stretch it out and keep it moving. Like, you still got work, you still got tasks to do, you still have errands, and it's really not that serious. And guess what, even if it was quote unquote that serious, that might be a place that you don't want to be in. So
gotcha.
So it's a lot of that. I think it's starting to come together, because now it's starting to look more visible.
Okay.
That my hair is locking. Before it was like, oh, your hair is 2-strand twist. And it's frizzy right now.
Right.
But now
you just need to touch up.
Yeah. Now it's budding. Now it's it's doing this thing, and I think I'm starting to feel. Oh, your hair is really locked now, or getting to that more experience of it. So I think so far that's a little bit what I've been noticing, and I know there's probably more that's happening, but I tend to
that's big, because it's visible. It's right there. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you see it.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. And I think I mentioned this before, I also do love the fact that there's like I get to rebel a little bit against my upbringing and my expectations, and this gives me the opportunity to really be.
So go against the grain.
Yeah, like just be a separate person, just to be my own person. I'm really excited about that. So yeah.
Wow. So I'm hearing this lock journey is not only challenging you personally as well as professionally, but it's also pushing you, you know, past certain limitations or expectations that you've had or envisioned.
Yes.
Right.
And speaking professionally, I am looking forward to being someone locked in the professional space, because I think I'll be a symbol to people that you can be professional, you can work in certain spaces and be yourself. Okay. So I think that's going to be nice to be a symbol of that eventually.
Wow, and we're growing with her doing this process as an HR department head. So this is really big, and those of you who know and have worked in professional spaces, HR is for the company. At the end of the day, is to help the company stay in line and maintain whatever their policies and procedures that are put in place. However, employees do seek out HR when there are challenges within the workspace. And it's not so much the cons of it, but there's some pros that you look to HR for various things, for training, for, advancement in your position, or what's my next step if I desire to ascend to this next position. So there are some pros for seeking out HR, but in this case, we're talking about hair, and for her being someone in that position and representing natural hair, more specifically locked hair in that space, is great. I think it's great. So we will continue this journey for the next year. We will never know. We could potentially go beyond that. But we're putting together some stuff that we can also provide our first timers, or those who are seeking to take this journey, and join her and the rest of the lock community on this lock journey. So once again, I want to share those books, if you don't mind handing me those two books. So these are the two that I recommend. This is Locked and Loaded 12-Month Journey Journal. It's a space where you can document the process. And once again, Miss Thomas, she's married now, provides a space here where you go through the first 3 months that you can journal individually, and then she breaks it down 4 to 6 months and then 6 to 12 months as she congratulates you once you finish the first year on this one. This book here is by Nikita Evans. They both are on Amazon, and it's Hair Locking, Everything You Need to Know, African Dress and Nubian Locks. I recommend this book to all of my clients or customers who come in who are inquiring about starting locks with me. I always recommend this, and if they're sitting in my chair and getting their locks started with me, I allow them to, read through the book or glance through the book. That way they're able to ask questions of me as well. And I do recommend this book too for them. There are two great fundamental tools that I think should be in your book, on your bookshelf, or should be in your resource if you're starting, considering, and thinking about entering in the lock journey. They're both on Amazon, to include my book, A Heritage of Hair, which is on Amazon as well. But you don't have to go search for it. Just click the link in my bio. If you're on YouTube, scan the barcode or click the link in the YouTube channel area. So that's all we have. Thank you all for tuning in. Once again, I am Yate the Barber Stylist. I am located in Columbia, South Carolina. I currently work as an independent contractor for No Grease, Columbiana, which is inside of Columbiana Mall, the Harbison area. Check the website for my schedule. If you're interested in booking with me, just click the link there on both sites, Instagram and YouTube. This is Diana, my client, who's been with me for well over a year.
Yes.
If you want to know the history about it, go check out those other videos and you'll see how she vetted me as a stylist a month before she even got going with me, which was a great experience for me as well. But as you can see, I met her checkoff list. I met the standards for what she was looking for. And here we are, over a year later. And I just found out today that, excuse me, I'm in her budget. Wow, that's big. That's big. So ultimately, I'm grateful for my clients, all of my clients, and I even consider my customers. And some people say there is no difference between clients and customers. Stylists know the difference between clients and customers, and that's all I say. But I'm grateful for them all. I'm grateful for them all. So that's all we have. Remember to embrace your natural hair and celebrate your real roots with Real Roots Love and Real Roots Pride. We're out. Thank you once again for catching the replay. For those of you who have taken time out of your day. And until the next lock retwist, we will see you all soon. Enjoy.